everyone, it's Brenda from Brenda's Knots and Loop. Today I'm going to show you how to connect your panels together, how to measure for the neck and for the sleeve, and also how to add a little shoulder thing. So first let's measure to find out. Today you will need a crochet hook, your yarn. I love these clippy things. They are very handy. Please, so you can use clothespins. You can use hair clips, whatever you like. Let me move my camera a little bit. And then you'll need stitch markers. Okay? So you can measure to get your neck. You can measure any sweater or any garment you have to find out the width of your neck you like. Measure from opening to opening. Then take your tape measure and measure from the middle of your panel, which you can fold in half. Get your middle, and then you measure from the middle to out to see how wide you want your neck. Then put a stitch marker. Now make sure you count whether you have double crochets or grannies. You count how many you have from this stitch marker over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go to the other side and make sure you have the same amount. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to your stitch marker. That way I know my opening will be even and my shoulders will be the same on both sides. Now I want you to grab your hook and some yarn. Once you put a loop on your hook, I want you to insert that into the corner and slip stitch. Chain up 3. And it's fighting with me, of course. So let me do that again. Do a loop. Sorry, I'm not in the middle. I can't see in the middle. My thing's in the way. Sorry. I'll do my best, okay? So do that. Chain up 3. Now, if you have double crochets, I want you do double crochets all the way to your stitch marker, okay? If you have a granny, you do grannies. So I'm going to do 3 double crochets in the corner. All right. Then I'm going to go all the way across, do my 3 double crochets in the space, which is a granny. Okay. If I'm going too fast, just slow down. You can do this. This is easy, the shoulder. Okay. I know I'm going fast. I'll slow down for you guys. I'm so sorry. All right. Like I said, you can pause all you want, okay? Just pause and catch up. Then when you get to your stitch marker, you can either do, I like personally do good English, a granny. And the stitch marker's in the way, so I'm going just to remove it, because I know this is as far as I'm going to go. Then you chain up 3, okay? Turn your work, and then go all the way back across. I have a granny square here. I have chain 3. I will skip. Just leave the double crochet, all right? My loop's a little bit too big for my liking. Sorry. I do the 3 double crochet. Do the grannies all the way back across, or your double crochets, whatever you ended with. All right, so your back and front will match. Your shoulder won't stand out. Okay? Oops. Thought I pulled out enough yarn so I wouldn't have passed through the spaghetti. Didn't that look like a mess? So, sorry if I'm too close. I'm so sorry. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing. All right, go into the corner here and do a double crochet. Okay, and then cut your yarn. Pull through, and then I'll sew that up. Now, let's go to the other side of the garment or your sweater and do the exact same thing. Okay. Do a loop. Put on my hook. Slip stitch. Chain up 3. Do a double crochets. Grannies. Okay, I'm going to go all the way across to my stitch marker. All the way across. Now remember, my stitch marker, I did a granny in my stitch marker. If you feel that you just want to do a double crochet, that's fine too. But I just think it looks more finished, you know. So we're going to remove the stitch marker now. Chain up 3. Turn your work. Skip that the 3 double crochets in the space. Do your granny. And I'm going to show you. There's my 3 double crochets. I skipped my granny and did a granny in the big space. Just like I did on the other side. Don't worry about that double crochet hanging out there all by itself. It'll look fine when we sew it. Whoopsie. See, we all drop stitches. Oh, I got spaghetti. Sorry. All right. Then a double crochet on the very corner. Okay. Cut your yarn. Pull through. Okay. Let me find my needle here. Now I'm going to sew in. It's so much easier if you sew in this tail before you sew it to the other panel. I like to go in at least 2 or 3 different times, so I know when I wash this garment, it's not going to come undone. Okay? All right. Now, I'm going to go on the other side. Sew this tail in. It's up to you. You don't have to sew these in right now if you don't want to. I just find it's just easier if you do. And when you sew in the corner. Now make sure you don't pull it too tight, because make sure you want your little loop to still be there, your chain. Okay? And everybody has their way of sewing in tails. You sew it in the way you want. There's no right or wrong. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. but I do it at least twice. At least do it twice, 2 different directions. At least 2 different directions. Okay. Now, what I want you to do is get your other garment. Make sure right sides together. Right side. Okay, gotta turn it. Okay. Right sides together. And I want you to, in the corner, I love these clips because they hold it. So, because if I put a stitch marker in, which you can, I still got a gap. I don't want a gap. So, that's why I love these things. Line up your stitches, your grannies. Okay. Lining up my grannies. Now don't worry about this little guy. He's okay. So there's at the end, okay? So get you some yarn and how you measure how far you want. Measure. I go double. Just so I know I have enough. Okay? Now, I go into the corner. And then I'm going to pull my tail all the way so you don't see the tail. Then I'm going to skip a stitch, go over one, go through, go back down. And don't pull it really tight because you'll pull the thread all the way out. Then I skip a piece of yarn and I go back to my corner. And that way I don't have a tail to sew in, okay? Now, I want you to turn your work this way. And I want you, see my yarns on the bottom? I want you to go, see how you can see your stitch. It's like, you can see the 2 yarns. Here's a yarn, here's a yarn. I want you to go in between. See, in between. Can you see where I'm going? Here's a chain and here's a chain. I'm going into one chain and out the other on top. Okay? And then pull through. And then I go to the opposite side and I go one chain to the other chain on the very top. Not on the side, on the very top. You got to turn your work. Okay? And pull. And even if you have a different color of yarn, you will not see this yarn when you get done. It's an invisible stitch. So you do the same. You go in one chain and you go in to the other and pull. Don't pull real tight. Make sure it's loose. Okay, but tight enough that you don't see your thread anymore. So go in one chain to the other chain. I chain's laying on its side. Chain to chain. Okay. Then go to the opposite side. Go one in chain into the other chain where that's knotted. Okay. I always pull and tug to make sure I'm not, because I have a habit of tugging too tight. So I don't want to. Make sure. And just keep on sewing. And like I said, I know I'm doing white on white, but if I was doing a different color thread, it will not show through. If you do it this way and you pull your thread tight, it will not show through. I can't wait to show you when I get done how flat this lays, that you will not, it will be lovely. Yes, it takes some time to do, but it's well worth the time because it's a divisible stitch. It lays flat. Use any color of yarn you want. Keep on going. I'm almost there. Now see, this is, got it, it's laying sideways, so you got to make sure you get on the top. Okay? All right, I'm at the end. So, I'm going to make sure I line it up. Oopsie. Almost went too far on that one. Some yarns. And go right, see where the end is, where that is? Go right to the end. Okay? Then you go right to the end of this one. Now, what I do is I go back, go through the exact same one that you just went, and then you can sew in your thread. Okay? Okay. And that's it. That's all sewed together. Now, let me get that clippery off. Okay? And then, look at the other side. Isn't that pretty? Lines up. Lines up nice. Now, don't worry about that. Don't worry about this, how that looks. Because when we do the neck, that will blend right in when we sew the neck. All right? So no worries. Let's sew in the other side. All right? So let me get my yarn, which is nice and knotted into spaghetti. Like I said, I do twice, if sometimes not more. Thread my needle. And then let me rotate this because I don't know why, I like sewing with this towards me, this loop. Don't know why, I just do. You sew it whatever is comfortable for you, okay? Just do what's good, what you want to do. It's your sweater. I'm just doing suggestions, okay, of how to do. Okay, just pulls till that's gone. And then I go back up to the corner. All right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I 7? No. One. No, never mind. It's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's line this up. I didn't clip you this side. Why didn't you tell me I didn't clip you this side? I didn't clip you this side. Got to have clips. Ooh, that was a big clip. I don't need that big clip. Let's get a little one. Line up my grannies here. All right. Sorry, all right, see how this is split? You're like, how am I going to thread? I have to cut my thread. No, you don't have to cut your thread. Fold it in half, okay? Then pinch it, push it through your eye of your needle, and there you go, okay? All right, now, all I have to do is, see, this was a double crochet. I go right into the top here. See where this chain and this chain is? Go to the top and go through. I don't know why I put that. And same on this. Go over here. Make sure you're on the top here. Go from one chain to the other. You pull that to the other. Just sew all the way through. It's that easy. Now we're going to do the same stitch down the sides, okay? It takes a little longer than some of the other stitching, but now see, you got to make sure you get onto the top. Don't go over here to the side. Make sure you're on the top of that stitch. Get on top of these stitches. Make sure because it's easy to get on the side and lose where you're at. So I make sure my grannies are lined up. Okay? Because I don't want them to be crooked when I get done sewing. I'd look silly. Okay? Yeah, I'm going a little faster now because I think you guys got this. I think you got it. Just alternate back and forth. That's all you do. Go back, forth. And see that thread right there? All you gotta do is go like that, and it will disappear. Okay, I'm on my end. I go back to where the stitch again, same stitch, go back, do the other stitch, that kind of locks that in, and then I sew in my tail while it's on my hook. And there you go. And that's one tail. Let's see you guys sew in. Okay? Now, let's do the sides. To do your sides, go to the very bottom. I want you to put them together. Let me get my scissors out of the way. And clip. Okay? Now, I want you to go clear up to the other side. And then I want you can measure your garment from the top seam to the armpit to see how wide you want your arm, okay? Then you measure from here to the width you want, all right? Then, when you know how much I want the whole of my arm to be this big, all right? So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I go on the other side to the other panel and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put those together and clip. Then you put your grannies together and clip. Clip and do it all the way down. Okay? All right? You do the same thing to the other side. Now I know I want seven. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Put them together and clip. Then I go to clear to the very bottom of my garment, and I make sure I have corner to corner, and I clip. Or you guys do stitch markers, whatever you have, is fine. I just know stitch markers make life more difficult. These make life easy. Okay? I'm just matching up my grannies. Okay? All right, now. All right, we're all ready there. And I want you to start either armhole or the bottom, sew up the side, okay? I'm not going to do that right now on camera, but I want you to do the exact same stitch that we did up here on the top, all right? And then after you're done with that, let me get some of this off the table so I don't knock it off. I should say it's not really a table. It's a cutting board that's on my lap because I'm in my chair. All right, now, what I want you to do is get your yarn. Make a loop. Okay. Now, I want you on your neck, I want you to attach it to the very top, not to where you stitched, but to the very top. Now, you can go into, I want you to go into the chain this time, not space. Go into the chain, into your corner. Whether you have a granny square or a double crochet, that's up to you. So I just want you to go in and slip. Okay. Chain up 3. No, chain up 2. I'm so sorry. Chain up 2. Then I want you to do a double crochet in the same space. Now I want you to do a double crochet all the way around your neck. All right? You want at least 2 rows. This is what I did on my yellow sweater, my yellow and orange sweater that everybody loves. I did 2 rows of half double crochets all the way around. Okay? And that's how you do the neck. All right? So simple, so easy. Just 2 rows of half double crochets in the chain, not spaces. We're doing in the chain, okay? And that will finish the neck off. Let me show you real quick with the other sweater. See how it finishes the neck off. So nice. As you can tell, I did 2 rows of half double crochets all the way around. Okay? 2 rows. And then you fasten off, sewing your ends. Okay? And that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. And the next video we'll do sleeves. Okay? So have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.